one of the cool things about this fellowship has been the work of putting ideas into the world and seeding other ways of seeing things and shifting a perspective.
It's really people working together to support one another and to learn from one another and to prosper.
I know it sounds weird to say, but I don't think I thought I had a voice.
Today is the fourth convening of the Public Voices Fellowship here at Yale. The theme of today's convening is legacy. We're talking about why we do what we do. We're thinking about how to make our knowledge count, not just today, but 100, 300, and 500 years from now.
Can we just take a few minutes to brainstorm some words that you think legacy represents?
For one type of grant that I write is about building the legacy. So building the future of the youth who are going to take on this work and continue it.
Legacy represents being remembered after you die, I think, right?
Right, but a legacy you leave behind, something you've contributed to the world, whether you're remembered for it or not.
If I can't make a connection between what I'm doing now and something in 100 years, it doesn't seem like there's much point in doing it.
My legacy this year was that there are other options. I want other people to know that they can say something, anything, and that they don't have to take it.
I don't like testifying that much, and I don't love speaking in public that much. But you know, there's a sense of, yeah, I mean, I don't know, someone has got to do it. You only have a couple of minutes, so all this preparation is really for you to sit there and give your best in 3 minutes. That's one way to kind of use one's public voice.
This fellowship at Yale has been one of the most collaborative I've ever seen.
We can't talk about collaboration without talking about you guys.
Basically, when the whole Harvey Weinstein story broke in October last year, we had been in the middle of these conversations and kind of were watching the news blow up. As we sort of saw that snowball into kind of all these major industries, I mean, one of the questions we sort of were saying to each other is that this is such a huge issue in academia, and why is no one talking about it in academia?
So the piece was about our experiences of trying to start a grassroots campaign at Yale University to talk about the climate issues that can lead to or enable sexual harassment.
We both have just heard from people in a number of other institutions who kind of found our piece as just a helpful starting point for conversations.
To know all the dimensions of that collaboration and connection, I mean, that's what we want to foster here.
It makes it easier to take value from what I know by connecting it with what somebody else knows and does.
I've been taking a stand on the issue of equitable financial services for people living in poverty, particularly people with mental illness. Recognizing that the financial services industry currently does not well serve low-income people. I've just really understood the value of getting the word out in a very kind of easily accessible format that a lot of people will read. It's raised the profile of my work in a way that any number of academic articles hasn't been able to.
Digging into the ideas that you had seeded, and to me, that's the point of all of this.
Fellows, today we're going to be talking about why we do what we do, thinking about how they answer that question for themselves, for their scholarship, and the lives they live outside of Yale.
Mine was, I can't because I can't stop. Harry's was because I won't stop. And then Robin's was because I'm a bad boy. And I think we did that just to think about what it means to kind of associate with that yourself with that kind of slogan, which can so easily become moralized.
Why I do what I do is because something has to change.
Public Voices has been 7 years at Yale, 140 fellows, practically a third of our faculty. So this project has had a big impact on the Yale campus.
I think what's been really striking for me around this has been feeling authorized in ways that I don't think I had before to speak about things in which I don't feel like I have academic expertise.
Seeing how it served faculty who otherwise might be on the margins of the university, in helping bring them to the center and claiming their power and their authority, that was the key thing for me.
The difference it's made is that I've learned, A, that it's worth getting the word out, that people are interested and that I do have something worth saying. And I think it's made me think differently about my responsibility as an academic, because I now see that there's a very concrete way that I can, I think, contribute to public discourse in a way that I didn't really understand before.